This is Radio Taiwan International.
Welcome to the news on Radio Taiwan International. I'm Joey Chow, coming to you from Taipei, Taiwan. We begin with a look at today's top stories for 2025, September 2nd. President Lai urges unity, pledges to boost defense budget to 5% of GDP by 2030. China's pre-strike preparation may take up to 2 weeks. Military expert and CNA to debut AI chatbot to combat fake news and disinformation. But first, today's top story. President Lai said, national defense is not only the duty of the military, but also a shared responsibility of the entire people. He urged everyone to remember the lesson that unity ensures victory, aggression leads to defeat in order to safeguard national sovereignty, democracy, and freedom. On the eve of Taiwan's Armed Forces Day, the Defense Ministry held a commemoration ceremony presided over by President Lai, who also presented awards to exemplary service members. He commended the recipients for embodying the honor, discipline, and responsibility of the armed forces while shouldering the mission of defending the survival and development of the Republic of China. Lai noted that the current security environment is more severe than ever. He pointed out that the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, continues high-intensity military aircraft and naval operations around the Taiwan Strait, combined with gray zone harassment and cognitive warfare tactics aimed at altering the status quo and weakening public confidence. This, he said, is not only a direct threat to Taiwan's democracy and freedom, but also a challenge to the broader democratic world. From the victory of World War II to the glory of the September 2nd naval battle and the August 23rd artillery barrage during the Second Taiwan Strait crisis, the most valuable lesson is that unity ensures victory, aggression leads to defeat. We know that peace is priceless and that war has no winners, but the peace we seek is true peace achieved through strength. Since April, the government has increased allowances for volunteer service members and combat units, effectively boosting troop salaries. Lai added that next year's defense budget will reach 3.32% of GDP in line with NATO standards, with the aim of raising it to 5% by 2030. The president underscored that strengthening combat capabilities remains the government's top priority by acquiring more advanced weapons and equipment through both domestic development and foreign procurement. Taiwan can demonstrate its determination to defeat any act of aggression and show the world its resolve to protect national security and maintain peace and stability in the Indo-Pacific. Military expert Kao Chih-Jung says the Chinese People's Liberation Army is likely to take up to 2 weeks to prepare and deploy 1/3 of its military capabilities for its invasion of Taiwan, while reserving the rest for potential U.S. intervention. At a panel discussing China's military threats against Taiwan on Tuesday, Kao, an adjunct assistant research fellow at the Institute for National Defense and Security Research, former Mirage fighter pilot, and former 7th Wing Chief of Staff, conducted a briefing imagining a potential Chinese annexation. He believes China will first declare the invasion as a civil war and intensively prepare its force for 2 weeks. After that, Kao says China would conduct high-intensity air raids to try to assert superiority in the air, then initiate a battle for control of the sea the following week. The panel was organized by Taiwan think tank and aimed to share different military experts' predictions and suggestions for Taiwan's strategic responses. Taiwan think tank director Lu Yaoji says that the situation in the Taiwan Strait has shown a steadily worsening trend. Former commander of the army Li Xiangzhou was also present at the panel. Li warned that China is aiming to control the whole world. Responding to a participant questioning whether Taiwan's decision to increase its military spending is provoking China, former dean of the National Defense University Management College Kao Chih-Jung says it must be understood that Taiwan has no intent to attack China. Rather, it is the PLA that is the aggressor. He warns that it is very dangerous to waver on the determination to defend ourselves. Taiwan's central news agency, CNA, announced that an AI chatbot using public media news materials as its primary knowledge source will officially launch by the end of 2026. The project aims to help rebuild social trust amid fake news and disinformation campaigns. Chinese television system, CTS, Chairperson and project initiator Hu Yuan said Monday that Taiwan's public media outlets are committed to building a trustworthy AI chatbot, calling it a milestone in the nation's media history. He noted that major international outlets such as the Financial Times and Washington Post have already launched AI chatbots, inspiring him to provide the Mandarin-speaking world with a similarly reliable source of information about Taiwan and the world. Developed in collaboration with the Taiwan Broadcasting System, TBS, and Academia Sinica, the chatbot draws from the news databases of CNA, Public Television Service, PTS, and Radio Taiwan International, RTI, along with other credible sources authorized by the government and NGOs. Hu emphasized that this distinguishes their chatbot from typical AI models, which rely on a wide range of online sources, making quality and accuracy harder to guarantee. The launch coincided with an announcement that domestic media outlets have formed an alliance to regulate online news. RTI chairperson Cheryl Lai said this represents a new wave of self-regulation following Taiwan's media liberalization. CNA has also introduced an AI editing assistant designed for the news industry to aid in fact-checking, typo detection, and caption recommendations. Lai added that RTI will sign a partnership agreement with Google this week to use AI technology to develop a citizen journalism forum for foreigners in Taiwan. Academia Sinica Institute of Information Science professor and project technical advisor Gu Wei Lun noted that the amount of AI training data in Taiwan is comparable to that of some African languages, but far less than for English. She said compiling news data from so many public media sources to train a native Taiwanese AI chatbot is a highly significant step. The Foreign Ministry stated Tuesday that the attendance of certain Taiwanese citizens at China's 93rd military parade is antithetical to mainstream public opinion in Taiwan and fails to represent Taiwan's position in the international community. The announcement comes in response to news that former KMT chairperson Hong Xiuzhu plans to travel to Beijing to attend China's parade commemorating the 85th anniversary of the end of World War II. Regarding this matter, Foreign Ministry spokesperson Xiao Guangwei stated that while the superficial justifications for this gathering of authoritarian leaders seem noble, the event raises concerns about the threat they pose to the rules-based international order. The Foreign Ministry believes that all people who support and defend Taiwan should avoid sending the wrong signals to the international community and fomenting misunderstanding about Taiwan's sovereignty and democratic values. If anyone attends activities related to China, this not only goes against mainstream public opinion in Taiwan, but also does not represent the position held by greater Taiwanese society. Xiao pointed out that China has used every possible means to suppress Taiwan on the global stage, in addition to continuously engaging in gray zone harassment. Xiao further reiterated that China has distorted the historical facts of World War II, claiming that Taiwan belongs to the People's Republic of China, PRC. However, the PRC has never ruled Taiwan. The Republic of China, ROC, has been and remains its sole legitimate government. The Bavarian state government announced that it will partner with TSMC to establish an AI chip research and development center at the Technical University of Munich, aiming to boost Europe's chip design capacity and nurture Germany's next generation of semiconductor talent. According to a press release from Bavaria's Ministry of Economic Affairs, the center will be based at the Technical University of Munich. The AI Chip R&D Center will focus on designing high-performance, customizable AI chips while training students and researchers in advanced fabrication processes, including FinFET technology. While TSMC will provide technical support, funding for the project will come jointly from Bavaria's Ministry of Science and Arts and the Ministry of Economic Affairs, with a total investment of around 4.5 million euros, approximately 160 million new Taiwan dollars. Bavarian Economic Minister Hubert Aiwanger noted that Europe still faces a shortage of professionals in AI chip design and said the new center will help bridge Germany's semiconductor talent gap. In May, TSMC also announced at its European Technology Symposium that it would open a chip design center in Munich to support European clients developing high-performance chips for automotive, AI, and industrial IoT applications. That facility is expected to open in the third quarter of this year. Thanks for joining me for the news. I'm Joey Chow. Stay tuned for another 50 minutes of English language features brought to you by Radio Taiwan International.